people, you're welcome to Unscripted with Tiwa Says. You know how we do it. We talk about those things that people don't like to talk about. We bring it to your face and we say it as it is. And today I have two guests in the house. Double for the trouble. Male and female. And this is Precious. I'm sure you know her. You've met her several times. And this is Dapuye. Dapuye, yeah. He was here the other time. I'm sure it bust your brain with that religion video. If you have not watched it, go back. Go to our YouTube channel now, the Ego Online Nigeria, and go and look for this man's face. Look for, is there God? You need to watch that video. It is mind-blowing, you know. It is mind-blowing. And you need it so that you can broaden your mind. Don't just go one-way traffic. They said. No, don't listen to they said it. Have your own opinion. Watch that video and determine for yourself what you believe. And interestingly, he didn't just say stuff. He said you can look it up, you know. So look up all those facts that he gave and just know the truth for yourself. They say you will know the truth and it will set you free. So stop hearing my pastor said or they said, no, you two said something. Said something.
Sorry, it will set you free. But first, it will distort your belief system.
Definitely. Definitely, it will distort it. It will shake it. And you know, that's what a lot of people don't want to do. They don't even want to comprehend. Like, no, I don't even want to think about it, you know. You're just, what's that word? You are engaging your mind. You are just making it smaller. You don't want to broaden your mind. You don't want to learn. And that's not so good, you know. We need to know. Let's not just stop believing all the things we've been told as it was yesterday. You know, somebody can just bring up something to say and say, okay, this water now is black. And then when you say it for a while, like, for a long while, and other people like, oh, is it like, after a while now, it becomes fact, it becomes law. Yeah. And then people say, water is white, water is black, you know, and that's how it is. But if you go deep and you look and search, water is not actually, this is what it was, this is what happened, this is, you know, you just get informed. Let me not digress. Today, we are talking about love, sex, and relationships. You know, this topic is very, it's very needful in this today that we are, in this chaotic world that we are living in now, you know. So we are going to be starting with love. Is there really love now? Is there love? Does it exist? Or is it that it exists in some places, it doesn't exist in some places? Or are we confusing it with something else, you know? Or is it our own form of love that we are practicing? What is love to you, Dapuye?
Well, love is supposed to be,
I like that.
Yeah, some unconditional feeling of affection, if I could use that word, and attraction. And you know, I don't just see it like relationships between like male and female, right? So actual love is like the highest for me is the mother and child. You know, like there's not
the unconditional love.
Exactly. So aside that, there's the man and woman love. You know, and if you ask me, it's not really love. For the most part, it's transactional, right? So what do I get from this person? And how do I get it and all of that? So for the most part, is transactional. It's not genuine, if you ask me, you know. And men in particularly do not get this thing. You know, they say only women, children, and pets are loved unconditionally. So the man is loved for what he can bring.
Oh wow.
You know, of course that's what the reality is.
Are you sure?
I'm dead sure.
I may not agree with you because I've seen situations where the man is not exactly treating the woman right. You know, in some cases, he's not exactly treating the woman right, but the woman is stuck. She will stay there, and sometimes it's the woman that is feeding that man. She's the one doing everything for that man. It's not that he's the one doing anything for her at all, except that he's being. So what would you call that?
That's still not love. That's a toxic relationship. That's not love. That's perhaps if you scrutinize the relationship properly, you find out that the woman is gaining something from it. Maybe
something like what?
Yes, maybe I need to get married and I need to stay married. I don't want my friends to laugh at me. there are things around it, because I don't see any reason why you be with someone who's hurting you and you're still there. I mean,
But there might be
what are,
something that woman
what
is
are you doing
staying
there?
for.
But really, let's be frank. Everybody's getting something from
Everybody.
each other. We are all feeding off each other.
Transactional.
Well, you can say that,
When
but
you say transactional, it sounds
yeah,
like
it sounds
monetary.
well,
It's not
it sounds
exactly
unhealthy.
only money.
Yes.
It sounds
is
unhealthy.
mostly.
But then, if you look at it, that is the way we were formed. That is how we are. We were created to need each other, to feed off each other. And I'm going to say this. I know this may sound somehow, but I actually also believe that God created us for His pleasure.
Well,
So he's getting something in return as well. He's
well,
not just going to. He didn't just put people into the world, because if not, why would they be saying you have to be born again, you have to love God, you have to worship God, you have to do this.
Look,
so you see that's transactional as well.
when we shift most of these ideologies to religion again, it messes up the thing, right? So it's funny when you say God created us for His pleasure.
The
So
Bible
like He's
says that.
bored,
The
innit?
Bible says that.
He's bored, innit?
I wouldn't know.
Exactly, because He made you all to give Him activities.
We all?
Not your.
All
We
of
all.
us.
You're excluding yourself.
No, I excluded myself because
He didn't make
we're
you.
all of us.
Hey,
But
please
I'm
tell
going
us
to-
now.
I'm going to
maybe,
say
sorry
that-
to digress. Maybe because now we have heard that there are aliens living among us now, and you really cannot tell. So maybe maybe you're one of those. Because they say maybe you're from another planet. Let us know.
Well, I was just trying to say that,
Okay.
like I said again, when you take it to the religious point of view, it just messes up everything, especially for me, right? Because I do not believe that one man made everything. I believe that there's the creative energy that permeates everything. It's different, right? So I do not believe that God is genderful. He's genderful and genderless at the same time. So if you must ascribe a gender, it has to be feminine. I always say this, and I'll continue to say it, right? So when you say He made us all to, it doesn't
In
hit
His
right
image,
in my.
for His pleasure.
Well, in His image and likeness. So because He's a He should have made only men since nine image. Does it make sense? But there's the woman, and there's the let us. Who is us in the context if it's a singular entity? We are digressing. So
We are digressing. We are talking about love.
Love, yeah. So I was saying the love is transactional, as we've agreed, right? And I feel like it's unhealthy. You said earlier that we're supposed to complement each other. That is correct, right? So it is not supposed to be based off of what I bring. Like from my own personal experience, most of the times it is about, maybe you feel some nice things in the beginning, right? But when it really comes to it, you come to check, okay, what can this person do for me really? Okay, my rent, how much if you bring? My car is bad. And if you're not able, there are 50 million men out there waiting.
Who are able to do that.
So is that love? That's
Okay, but it's funny again. I'm still coming to pressure, but it's funny again when you say that, because there are times that a woman has she has more than one man.
Yeah.
She has that man who is doing that, who is taking care of, okay, I need to buy fuel, oh, I need to change my wardrobe, oh, I need to get a new phone and all that, and okay, my upkeep. There's a man that is doing that, and then there's a man that she genuinely has feelings for, and then it's even possible that she's taking money from that one and giving it to this other one. So what do you call that?
Well, I've heard of it is actually. I've heard of so many things. Now she has all she wants, right? It's basically for what you get. Maybe this guy now for the money, this guy now for the sexual pleasures. Most of these things don't be love, really.
Wow.
You're just high on some funny
dopamine.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's really not love, because once you take away like sex and money from people, they don't have anything to do anymore. Would you call that love? That's not love to me. Like I know what love feels like.
What does it feel
What does it feel like?
Love is I'm trying not to use unconditional, but yes, love is genuine. Love is when you give yourself to someone without expecting something in return. Love is sacrificial. Okay, make I use the Bible context, right? Because of the love Christ had, he gave his life. He no give him life because he didn't expect anything in return. Right?
No,
or am I wrong?
Why would you say that? He was
What was he
expecting.
expecting? What was Christ expecting from
No.
them?
Let's to start with. Let's be clear.
Okay.
God sent his only begotten Son to come and save us. According.
There's a
Wait
problem.
now.
See, this
According.
religion thing, they jam my head. So I'm wondering what kind of father will send his son to save people you created. And the story is funny, right? You created people and you know the beginning from the end. Of course, you knew that there was fall short, right?
Why are you taking my life?
You can't carry your pikin, your only begotten son, and sacrificed for the people where no get bearing. Like it sounds.
Well, maybe like it's only his blood that, because we were looking for who would have told.
Sorry, I want
what
to jump
do we want
again.
to do with this human being?
I want
Who
to
would
jump
have
again.
told?
I want to jump again.
Okay.
If you read the Torah, like the Old Testament, you find out that he said somewhere somehow, I don't know how it is exactly, that burning flesh and blood is fine scent unto the Lord. So you always atone for your sins. So when you do, you kill things.
Yes, animals. That's what they used to do.
So now they use the human blood as the ultimate. What's the difference between that thing now and Babalawo? Yes, now because the Babalawo will use chicken do when the thing not strong, they'll say bring somebody in your family, not you. I'm just saying.
I know.
Bring someone in your family. Can't you see some similarities there?
Okay, we are going back to love.
Yes, love. So it's because of love that this happens. So that's why it's coming up. So what sort of love is that? That's the manifestation of this toxicity in our reality. Because already your thought paradigm is calibrated this way. So it will affect your actions and inactions. That's why there's so much toxicity everywhere. We should define these things straight and clear. Let's know what we're doing.
Do you think we can ever define it straight and clear?
We can.
Because I feel like love is what it is to every individual.
Maybe it's relative. Okay, you tell me. Precious, what's your idea of love?
I don't think there's a proper definition for love. It's just, okay, maybe the unconditional love, but then I just feel like it is what it is. Whatever it is you've already put in your head that you have for that person, that's what you call love.
Well,
okay, so everybody's definition of love is different.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
That's what I think, because if we keep saying love is unconditional, you love somebody and you expect to get that back in return. Is that unconditional?
Well, that's reciprocity. It should be unconditional. Yes, like if you really care about someone, you really want to see the person grow. Exactly. So these things like put together is what I see as love. It doesn't necessarily have to be between opposite sex. I have male friends I love. Right? Like the love they show because this person will share his apartment with you, share his money, talk to you when you have issues, no ulterior motives. They will protect you when you're not there. That's love for me.
That's genuine love.
Exactly.
That's love, yeah.
So when you share this with someone of the opposite sex, then we can talk about love.
Yeah, but that happens.
Rarely. Rarely, because now the girls now will say, oh, I'm fine, I'm curvy, I need a befitting man. Who be the befitting man? Some shell worker.
Of course.
You know, go meet Uber driver, say, I love you, I love you. Yes, you're attractive, I'm attractive, but what next?
What do you have to offer?
Exactly.
What do you bring to the
And vice
table?
versa too.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So men, they look out for rich women.
Of course.
Yeah,
exactly. It's
especially
vice
these
versa.
days.
It's vice versa. So, and it's transactional. So you bring the money, I give you good knacks. Exactly. That's what it's really about.
And I was saying, I give you the love.
So once you are bringing money and taking knacks, that's the love.
But I just feel like
that's the toxic one. That's the one.
If you
Right.
put the love as I beg your pardon, if you put the money as the most important thing in the relationship, then it's not love again.
Then there's
it's
no love.
transactional.
That's my
Yes.
point.
So
You
you are
have
saying
arrived
that
at
there's
my
no
point.
love.
Yes.
But
Well,
I don't. As much as I believe that, well, especially in this day and age, you need money. Let's not kid ourselves.
Exactly.
You know,
I
You
think
need
that's why
money because
I say we have feelings for each other. Like we feel something for
at
each
least you're
other.
going to start.
And
I
you
have
know,
to
say
say-
jealous in a feeling as well.
Of course, now jealousy is a
We
thing.
feel something
But you know, you have to
huge,
start
have
with
this
something.
connection.
Yes, there has to be a connection. There has to be
Yes.
the attraction.
Of course.
The
But that's
common
not love.
goals and that's not love.
That's not
you know,
love.
but that's what you start with. Because when people say, I really don't believe in love at first sight because I'm like,
Really?
what's love at first sight? I don't even know you.
True. Makes
You know,
sense.
I can get attracted to you like, oh,
Yes.
I just feel an attraction to you, but that's not love. So when people say, it's love at first sight, as soon as I saw him like this, I just fell in
I just
love.
knew I was
How
going to
now?
marry
No, they
you.
are just
How?
trying to make some
Because-
Cinderella good story.
Exactly, because how? I don't even know you. I don't even know if your shit smells. I don't even know if you don't brush
Which
your
person
teeth.
should know the smell? If the person should know the smell, run.
You
Because that's
know,
not healthy.
I don't even
Because that's
know
the
the
nature of shit.
nitty-gritty of who you are. So I can't just see the facade or the aesthetics and like
Yeah.
I'm in love. It's tall, it's good. You know,
He's my spec.
what if he's fit?
He's a serial killer.
He's a
And
serial
then-
killer is even some people love serial.
What if he just stands by the roadside and pees you?
It just brings out his
That
period. He
one
has
na normal.
microdose.
Is that-
You know,
is
there are
that-
so.
Is that a turn off?
Nah.
So it
It's
is they catch me for
actually
road.
a turn off.
You can find a
If they
restaurant
catch
or
me
a
for
It's a
road.
turn off, yes.
That's not fresh.
If peace they
Nah.
catch woman for road, she will not say,
No,
"Oh yeah,
it's
yeah, I
the-
want to
it's
say
the biology.
except it's very,
He said
very
it's the
bad.
It's
It's
the
biology.
biology.
The funniest thing, the funniest is that men, okay, they say, "Oh, I'm so pressed, blah 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 blah," and then I'm so pressed, I have to be. It might be that they've gotten to the house. This is the gate of the house, just for you to enter. It's a lie. It will
They'll
still come
still
and
do it. And
So-
No, so
so
that
what's that?
outside P makes sense. I don't know if
something
it's
you
just
guys
me,
get?
but
What does it give that you can't get in your
no, like
toilet or your bathroom?
it's not right to just go out, open
Yes,
your
it's not.
yeah. I know, but I mean
it's a minus
outside
one.
peace, go where scatter.
Okay, so are we agreeing now that there's no love? That what we are practicing is not love in Nigeria? Is it
It's
in
not just in
Nigeria or all
Nigeria,
over
No,
the
it's not
world?
just in Nigeria,
Or
but-
in the dating world
No,
now,
it
or
won't be
just
fair.
between men and women?
It won't
I
be
think
fair.
in the
Just
dating
between men
world-
and women.
Yes, just between men and women. But I want to
It won't be
ask
fair
this
to say
question,
there's no
yeah.
love. It won't be
Yes,
You can't say
because
that.
because our forefathers back in the days, I don't know if there was something like dating, courtship, because my grandmother would say, her husband saw her, that's my grandpa, he saw her, went to meet her parents, and he said,
I'm not sure those
and
ones
that
used to
was
call.
it. So how they stayed together till
Do
for
you know why?
years.
Do you
And
know
I'm
why?
wondering, what do you call that?
Do you know why? Do you know why that worked?
Why?
Because we're still in touch with our cultural systems.
If that was culture, I don't think it was love.
So
Oh.
that thing they bind us because
So that
we
was do we call that cultural love?
no not see
Abio.
culture is everything. Your spirituality lies in the core of your culture. Culture is everything. It's not just so when people do certain dances and eat certain
Yeah.
ways and dress certain, it is a spiritual movement because like you are all your ancestors at this particular time. So if you eat that food your great grandmother ate when you can wake up that memory. Does that make sense?
I know, I didn't get that.
Like when you eat what your ancestors ate,
That's true.
you can reconnect with them. I said earlier that you are all your ancestors at this particular time. So from you now, I can get your I can get both of your parents.
Yeah.
I can get their both
Their parents, their grandparents.
So we can trace all of those people. We can get all of those people in you like this, like as you are. So you are all of them pro max right now. So when you give birth, you transfer that thing now
To my own children.
yes. So when you eat and drink like your ancestors, you go to your village, you smell what they smelled.
Yeah.
You can bring them back alive.
Wow.
That's scary.
It's not scary. That's the thing. They made us fear this our African spiritual high culture.
You know, when I now look at that, what you are saying now with deep understanding, then I'm thinking that when we become ancestors, how How they go fit wake us?
They go wake you. We never die. I always.
Well, you say with what they are eating, is it with meat pie and what?
No, exactly.
Because we are
We
not
have lost it.
Exactly, because we are not in touch with our roots
now
anymore.
you get my point.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying that's what held them down. And now we've lost it. With the chop spaghetti, with the chop indomie, with the chop.
Me, I still eat things from my village though.
Yeah, well,
Do you understand?
Doesn't mean
but
I
we
still
don't eat.
connect
We
with
don't
them.
eat
Yes.
enough.
Yeah, we don't eat enough.
We don't eat enough of
to activate those things.
Exactly.
And we don't even think like that. We're
We don't
thinking
think like
in the Eurocentric paradigm. So it's a problem. There's a disconnect. You know, so all those things happening in the olden days are no longer happening now. You know, because they say technology advancements.
Yes,
and all of that.
Okay, so I'm going to ask this: do you believe in, because I know there are some people who say that love should be am I going to use the word non-binary? So like love is love. So when you love someone, you love someone, and that's the I think, is it the excuse or the thing that those like gay people hold on to? Like, so they don't love your gender, they love your essence.
They love
So
your
when I say
personality.
so when I say, so that's why they say you can be in love with somebody of the same sex.
I don't know about that. So I love my friend, like my guy. So at one point will I start kissing him?
Exactly.
Do you get?
Exactly. So
you see this gay thing is a virus in our whole existence. That's my opinion. A lot of people will not agree, but it's not natural. It's not natural because negative and positive will always begot light. Like that's how it works. In the electric circuit, if you come out negative, the circuit is not there. If you put it back, it's there. If you remove positive, it's not there. So when these two terminals are there is a neutral charge that's not measurable, but it's there. So you understand that the only way will come is between a man and a woman, for crying out loud.
yeah.
Do you understand? So it is not natural. It is reverse engineering. It is leading us to destruction because we cannot procreate.
It is leading us to destruction.
Yes, we cannot procreate. So when they say you won't marry your same sex, go adopt. Who go born the one way?
But you know, it's so
That's the
funny.
question
It's
you
so
don't
funny
ask
because
yourselves.
they are still procreating somehow.
How?
Yeah, because they are I think when it now comes to the procreation part, they are now going the natural, because you know, when someone who is a woman now says she transgenders into a man, she still has a womb.
Oh.
Now
She's
they
a
are
woman. That's what makes it. Is womb man.
She now says she has become man, but she still has a womb. She will not get pregnant. They will not say a man is getting pregnant. You are not a man.
Exactly.
Like I saw a
You're
video.
still a
I saw a
woman.
video recently of a woman who, you know, she transgendered into a man or changed into a man, whatever. You know, she now went to the hospital and they now told her that she's 6 weeks pregnant.
And she started
She
crying.
will vex.
Voila. She is vexed. It's not crying. It's vexed. Like
Like how
like
did it happen?
what are you telling me? I'm a man. I'm a man. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, it's not possible. How can a man be pregnant? And the doctor was like, you know, like the doctor was like this was also funny.
That's a mental illness.
You know, like he
The
said
mental-
I think it's what
he was not calling his male name. So let's say the male name is Dave and the woman, you know, is Sally or whatever. I'm a man, I'm Dave. I'm not, before you were Dave, you were Sally. You know, and Sally still have the parts of Sally, you know, and it is there.
I mean,
I don't
so
understand.
they will come and say, I identify as a man.
Yeah,
I mean, I
identify as
feel
a
like
man.
identify as billionaire. How do they work?
It doesn't work like
You
that.
cannot just come out.
Identification
Exactly.
now.
You can't wake up and say, I want to be a chair. I mean,
But you know they are doing it now.
I know that, but
I
it's
identify
not.
as a table. I identify as a cat.
So we're
I identify as
heading-
a butterfly.
what-
I don't
And
know
you
where
see
we're
people
heading, though.
people
All of this.
Self-destruct. That's what we're heading.
Exactly.
Self-destruct.
Spending a lot of money to transition into animals.
Into a dog.
And the
Into
thing,
a
is,
dog
the thing is, the universe is alive. Like we need to know that this world we live in is an active living thing. So like when she's tired, she will cough everybody out. You know how something will enter your nose, you go sneeze. Now so the earth they work. So once we do our plastic, our gender confusion, it will reach when everything will just go back to factory settings. And
How will that happen?
well, I don't. With time, I'll figure it out. If I follow the trend,
You will figure it out.
yes. If I follow the trend, I'll be able to.
Has it
predict.
happened before?
I mean, there was one time water covered the earth. I'm not even talking about Noah. Actual,
It's Noah now.
I think it was before the time.
Before Noah.
Before
See,
Noah.
you see this Bible one that they always quote as history. It's only 6,000 years. Like the Genesis, the Garden of Eden story is 6,000 years. We've been running things here for 800,000.
We've been running. Like you said, you've been
I
running.
told you it's an
since-
alien.
We,
You see
as
that?
in black people.
Oh, okay. Now I get. Because when you said we, I wanted to
Like,
know,
you know, yeah,
Us.
the people.
Us, yeah, you.
Yeah, the people.
Because you sound like you've been existing since 5,000 years
See,
ago.
I feel like for the most, maybe not most, maybe like a little, I've activated that ancestral thing in me. Like just a little.
Oh.
But I'm still not there yet because
How do you
I'm
do it?
still confused. My thoughts.
Hmm.
I'm thinking African. I told you the last time I was here that my primordial supreme deity is feminine. I don't know anybody more feminist than I am.
Hmm.
Do you understand? So in the order, I actually follow Kemet. Kemet is ancient Egypt. So that magic there. But now I see that it is the same thing across Africa. So the Yoruba spiritual culture is the same thing. So so you have the Orishas. The Orisha are the gods of Egypt. It's the same thing. They are not gods. They are principle in nature. They personify to build in themselves. Just like the disciples of Christ, Peter, John, all of them have meanings. Peter na good hearing, the other guy na. So to attain the Christ, you have to have all these attributes. It is metaphoric. It's not historic.
Hey. Hey.
Do you,
I hate that.
do you understand what I'm saying? You have to.
Before my head just blows
That's the myth. Your head will not blow.
I
Your
know,
head
right?
has the capacity to carry
everything.
the information in the whole multiverse. Your head will carry on comfortably, and you will operate like a divine being.
Now let's go back to love. Let's go back to
Now love,
relationship.
now they tie all
Nine-
these things
yeah,
together.
together.
Actually. So
Okay.
if we had the least more love and less religious houses, wallahi, the whole world would be a better place. Just love your neighbor as yourself. See,
That's the
you
command.
know, I say, oh, the religion is not good. Okay, let's leave the religion. Let's leave it. Just love your neighbor as yourself. That's all. See, Sean tithe, Sean offering, Sean testimony, Sean speaking in tongues. Love your damn neighbor.
You know, I want to.
The
bring
world will
this in.
change. Really.
Like,
2
and you know,
weeks.
even
in 2
and
weeks.
you know this religion thing, because across the religions now, like
Hmm.
there's because I would have thought that the religion or the different religions are supposed to bring in more love. They are supposed to be practicing and preaching love. But you
they
find
don't.
out that
There's more
even
divide.
within the different dominations or whatever,
Yeah.
there is a divide. Like this one is against this one. Like
There's
if-
more
if-
divide in the
even
church than outside the
than
church.
outside the church, even in Christendom.
Yes.
They will say, this one they are Catholics, no. This one they are this
We don't
Baptist.
go- yes.
This one they are
We
Anglican.
don't
This
go
one
to
they
the
don't.
the
Oh, this one is
apostolic.
white garments. You know, there's so much.
like me, mostly, and most people who do not like religion, we always talk about Christianity. Mostly because, of course, I was born into a Christian home and all. But Islam is bad. Islam first sold us into slavery before the Englishman came.
Islam.
Yes. That's why
That's one thing we
Africa.
don't talk about.
That's why Africa is predominantly a Muslim continent, because they killed everything that did not agree to follow Muhammad. There are 2 chapters in the Quran where they talk about one they said, I think one is Surah al-Muhammad, the other one is Al-Hansa or something. So he said that they say Islam is a religion of peace. I laugh because the peace now for who accepts Islam. So the other guy will
It's
not
not for
accept
the other
Islam.
person, it's not for the
Muhammad
people.
told them to prosecute them while they are here on earth. And if they don't, they'll face prosecution themselves, right? And when they are done, when
Do
they
you know there
die,
are some-
Allah will now prosecute them his own when they die and come.
I'm sorry, but there are some Muslims that do not agree with that thing.
I'm reading off the Quran. It's not what I think.
Hmm.
Most of the things I say It's not my opinion. It's what is out there. Exactly. I saw on channel some months ago, I saw Dr. Abati. He was saying, you remember when one guy said he was going to behead the president's wife because she said, I don't know if you saw that news.
That
He
was
said
the
she's
one.
a pastor and she said something and they were the
Yeah, I think
clergyman was so mad. He said it's haram, she should be beheaded and all. Dr. Abati said the guy doesn't know what he's saying, that he's just a fanatic and Islam is a religion of peace. I'm sorry to break your heart. That's not true. I tagged him and I dropped the verses and chapters. I'm sure he didn't look at it. He said he has the Quran and he has read it. Obviously not. There's somewhere he said, when you catch the infidels, bound them, right? If you like, ask for ransom. If you don't like, release them.
Wow.
So,
ransom is there.
Exactly. So the kidnapping and thing, it is in their scripture. Mind you, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism are one triangle. So it's like, it's a threesome.
Hey!
So Abraham begot Ishmael and Isaac.
Yeah, I know.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So all this, if we want to really change what we are going through, love, the economy, we have to start with religion.
Oh, really?
Yes, we have to take these things away. The notion that sin came through Eve is the worst thing that happened to humanity. Because devil don't rebel the presence of God before Eve. Like in the face of God, he rebelled and came, and he left with 1/3.
Yeah.
Before the beloved woman, for Christ's sake. John, so why then put it on her?
True that. Wow.
I said it the last time that if you want the society to be better, you want to experience more love and our family values intact, you have to restore the woman to her place. And her place is slightly above the man. Yes. Do you know
They're
why?
not going to restore.
Do you know why?
Do
Do you know why?
Over this.
She has been chosen by nature to be the portal to navigate souls to flesh. That's serious business. That's serious business. That's serious. I can't even oversay that. Do you understand? So you have to, but the woman in our day is not ready to take on that responsibility. Even if we allow her, we will born.
Yeah, the way.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
she's not responsible. She's just chilled and you need to.
But I'm going to think that's because
that's a Western paradigm.
Apart from that, it might stem from years of being subdued.
Exactly. Now, of course,
now, and oppressed and all that.
As a woman, you're not supposed to be a religious person because they subjugate you they relegate you to the bottom. Say woman no suppose climb altar, woman no suppose. Meanwhile, when your mother lays her hands on you and say, "Go, my child," no man.
Exactly.
No man. So these things have to change. These things what they talk, it seems far-fetched, but it is directly connected to everything. Everything. The Berlin conference I talked about, that the Europeans sat to conquer us. They sat for 3 months and 14 days. They discussed our spirituality. That for you to conquer these people, you guys tell them, say, waiting they follow, they wrong. Give them something else.
But why did we believe them, sir?
You don't read about the invasions. The war went on for like 200 years. They didn't just come and colonize us. This is part of the things they hide. There was resistance for almost 100 years straight. We were fighting back and forth, until, and we're fighting against a war culture. We get regard for life. Like the African Trinity, now the mother, the father, and the child. No be 3 men. There is no productivity there. Do you understand? So once you have this at the back of your mind, when you see, there's this thing the Africans call Ubuntu, like it's the East Africans, Ubuntu. It means like, I see the divine in me, in you. You know that kind of thing. So the God in me is in you. So if I see you like that, I no go come covet your things. I don't need 10 commandments to fall in line. You get? But we stood up against a war culture. Europe fought for 500 years before they decided to come and share Africa because Europe was depleting, right? So we need to consciously, the way they sit down, run arm like that, we need to sit down too. That's why I always tell people, embrace your cultural spiritual system. They don't demonize them. The Yorubas
Yes,
now one
now
of
they
the
have
only people
demonized
where
everything now.
the Yoruba culture now one of the only people who don't preserve their stuff. Even the Igbo people, say the Igbo gets actual civilization before. There's the Igbo Oku. It is serious. It's not just art and craft. They had everything. They had medicine. They had everything. So we need to go back to these things. People will always tell me that.
Ah.
Oh,
Go
why are
hard,
you
though.
always looking back? Why are you? That's the
Yes.
only way you go forward. Mind you, the religious people will say they do ancestral worship when you call your grandparents and great grandparents, but now still you go do God of Isaac,
Have
Jacob,
you?
and
Hey,
that's
wait.
someone's ancestry.
Hey, wait.
So for us to
Hey.
love properly, we need to go back and see how our ancestors they run out. Where one man gets 8 wives and everybody is fine. The woman gets 3 husbands. Everybody know their role. Nobody is quarreling. There's no, me say jealousy no day, but you live above it.
But I don't think that can happen now.
Ah,
or anytime
because every-
soon.
We are
Except we
consuming
start the world again from the
Western
beginning.
virus.
Abi?
Now where we need to start from?
But is that possible?
It is. Let
How?
me blow your mind. There's something happening in the Sahel. Sahel now, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger.
Okay.
So those Sahel countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, have saved more gold for themselves than they've done in 50 years.
Wow.
You can
Currently.
say that. Yeah, I'm telling you
Wow.
recent updates. I dey give you updates like this.
Ah.
Do you understand? Now, France is in limbo. Because that money where they come their economy, they come again for 2 years. So did you watch the last Olympics in Paris?
Yeah.
Low budget. They like
In fact,
old
I think
Nigerian
that's the
film.
worst, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes. So that's why I'm wary of our president going to France and da 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 da. It be like say all
They
this
want to enter
cost
him.
of living where they rise now. We don't the augment for the losses of France. Why do I say so? This is my own analysis anyway. When our president came into power, they made him ECOWAS chairman.
Yeah.
The first assignment was to invade those countries to restore back power. Right? He said no. Based on, they don't even write them letter, say, brother on brother, waiting this up. And if you come, you have declared war. And he thought about it. And so I'm sure that he has found other ways because you cannot just, those people know they let things like that slide. So we need to recalibrate. And like you said, it's going to take a while. But if it no be in our lifetime, we need to do this for our children. Because trust me, the way things they go, posterity will ask you a question. What did you do when these things were happening?
Oh, well, I started asking that question.
But what do you even want to do?
First off, you need to unlearn. That's the first step.
Don't you think that would be difficult?
It's not difficult. Here, I'm sitting down here. Let me tell you why it's not difficult. For primary school, I dey face scatter. So it's not about I'm smart like that. Do you understand? In secondary school, I repeated. University, I get extra year. It is not about I am smart like that, right? It's about the quest for knowledge is seekers finders.
Yeah, true.
If I like, I go talk from now till the day before yesterday. Whatever I say will enter here and go out of here if you are not interested.
Yes.
Now, in fact, as I dey talk, you go dey Did you get? So we have to unlearn. You guys know, say, first of all, waiting then can't give you as religion. Now plagiarize African spirituality painted white. So they always say, Ethiopia was the first. Christianity started in Africa, was Ethiopia. That's a fat lie. Yes, there was this emperor Ezen also of Ethiopia. He was conquered by his Roman teacher. Was he Roman? I think he was Roman. His Roman Christian teacher. So as in convert him, he make him law for a country. Say everybody has to be this. So this happened like 324 AD, just before the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. So the Council of Nicaea edited the book and everything, but the Ethiopians had the original one the year before. So now they have like most of they have like the most wholesome scripture, right? So
Ethiopia.
they say, yeah. So they say it's from Africa. It's from Africa. It's not our thing. So it was. So now something happened in the process. So while they were practicing, the indigenes saw that this thing they cause us more trouble. Though. So the women again are very integral in the development of the people. All throughout history, women now they do the groundbreaking work.
Yeah.
So the women now say this thing they cast us, so they now burnt the churches. But then they built another one. Look up Lalibela. They carved the place for the mountain. They didn't build. They carved the church in the mountain. So they dug the church. Lalibela is still there today. If you Google Lalibela, you will see the building.
Wow.
So it wasn't our thing. That's why I brought the story to emphasize that it wasn't our thing. Right? So we need to
Learn.
exactly.
And start loving
We need
our
to
culture.
you know say they don't
everything
come out
again.
history from
Embracing
our
our
curriculum.
Embracing our culture.
You know say
Because
they
we
don't
were
come out
living with it without, yes, they've removed. But somebody was saying that the history that they've removed, that they put it is in civic education or something.
they removed
I
it
don't-
because
I don't believe.
we
don't
called
believe
the
too.
bluff. Say Mongo Park discovered the Niger, that's
Yeah.
not true. Say Mary Slessor saved the twins, that's not
That's
true.
not true.
So
Yeah.
then she say,
just lies.
Yes.
so it is his story,
Exactly.
the conqueror's story.
Wow.
Now the victor will tell the story now.
Right.
True.
And we're not allowed to read for 400 years during the transatlantic slavery. It was even a crime to read the Bible. So when they want to read to you, they will come open chapter like, obey your earthly masters.
Where they
obey.
want you to.
When they slap you this time. So there were two manuals back then they used. One, how to make a Negro Christian. They used this manual to control rebellion in the plantation. The second one, the Negro Bible. I want to quickly touch on something. King James had other books. He had a thing for demonology. So there is a King James book on demonology.
Imagine.
We know they read.
Then there's King James Bible.
I totally agree with you.
We know they read. So we are lost. We are bamboozled. We are.
And
We
that's
only
why
listen
are
to what they
weak.
tell us. It's what they tell
We
you.
dey
Say,
do- we dey
and
do
they
more-
say, that's how they do it.
What
That's how
I'm
they
saying.
say.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
we
And
don't
now,
stretch
and now,
ourselves.
We don't.
if you see comments why they comment on social media, like I saw TD Jakes, the guy gets medical issues for
Yeah,
water.
very unfortunate.
I wasn't trying to be insensitive. I just asked on Tunde Ednot's page that okay, why God no heal him? Because he's supposedly in the presence of like they say, oh, can doctors heal themselves? People curse me. Like I saw like
They will
200 and
cost you
something
tire.
comments.
They will cost
Guess what? All those bitter people are Christians.
before.
Jesus Christ.
Before.
What did they teach you?
You
now?
self call Jesus Christ.
Yes, now I use them for exclamation and I use them for communicative purposes because
They go cost you
it
now.
really doesn't. But now they know they tell me say, okay, this is it or this is it or you are wrong. No, they just tell
They'll
me,
just
see your
say-
eyeglass, they did old man, this and that. So they do not
They are not
even have the
informed.
love,
They are not informed.
They are not even involved.
you know.
But once you go against what they've been told and what they believe, they'll just come for you.
I always
just
say
come for you.
something. I always say something like, how is that saying? The Lord is not my shepherd, for I'm not a sheep. Sheep na the dumbest.
Away.
Sheep na the
Away.
dumbest.
Oh my God.
John, because
To go there.
yes, that's the way religion, not only Christianity, that's the way religious people go. Once they say, ooh,
Exactly. Without questioning. And that's why when you are bold enough to question,
You become the enemy.
they will now attack.
let me tell you
They will
something
now-
about
what
Christ.
do you mean? You're going to hell. Yeah,
no,
hey,
they
ho.
read.
Yes.
Most Christians don't read the Bible
It's just
because
what we tell them.
the character of Christ was one that was hated by the church and the government. All the time Christ went to church, he went to tell them what they are doing wrong. All the times. All. And guess who killed him? The head of the church and the government. Pontius Pilate will be government guy, say, I know
I
do it.
wash
He
my
saw
hands.
it. He saw the conspiracy. Do you understand? So I always say, like, if you are a true Christian, you know, go live long years. because it entails that you speak truth to authority regardless. And once you do that, trust me, you are dead. All of them, they like that, from Patrice Lumumba to Steve Biko to Ken Saro-Wiwa to Tupac to Bob Marley to anyone. As a matter of fact, any black figure where the West project as good guy, wrong. Because they are not speaking truth to authority.
Yeah.
So he said somewhere, carry your cross and follow me. Your cross no be for Palm Sunday. Now for them to nail you on top, if you follow the ways he said you should live. Love. That's unconditional. The guy say, okay, I want to liberate these people. So that's the love I'm talking about.
That's the love we all should give, right?
Exactly. The love way Malcolm give. Because before they shot Malcolm, he knew that he was going to be shot. He still went. Martin Luther King, he still went. How many, now only mothers feel on him. Like, Papa said, will look you like, this guy don't grow. You know, even that's the closest you can. So if we do not recalibrate in these other aspects,
then we cannot get that love thing right.
And then we need to raise the woman up there, because now she has been turned into commodity.
Yeah.
They don't commercialize the beautiful goddess. Right? So
and you know, she's not even beginning to know her worth anymore.
Exactly. So they grow. When did they grow them for us? They say, you have to make a good wife, and that's wrong.
And
you guys grow up to impact. You want to be an engineer, yes. You want to be an astronaut, yes. Let's hear that. If you get married, good for you. Don't be say marriage now the ice on the cake.
Exactly. Like that's where.
So we cannot just start addressing things from here. We have to go back. You know, so when you learn the past, so people who do not know the past, that thing that happened will happen to them. So the way I see black people are, they will soon sell us back to slavery.
God forbid.
There's no God forbid inside. Now the God where they try forbid them, nice sanction them. Yes, because he tell you how to treat your slaves in the Bible.
And I mean, some people are even ready to be.
They say obey the slave, whether they treat you right or they treat you wrong. What kind of? I know deal. I'll travel.
Hey, please. Let's continue. Please, let's go back to our topic. We have digressed very, very well. My mouth is open. Now, let's talk about sex. We've talked about love, and it's so wide, like, you know.
Yeah, it is.
It's really wide. But now, let's talk about sex. You know. It seems like this sex gone is what a lot of people view as love. And in fact, I'm even going to say that it's sex that is controlling this world. Is it safe to say that? Because
sex that is controlling this world.
Yeah,
the world, because, I can agree with that.
Yes, because you know it's I don't know if it's our making, but it's like it's become so powerful, but at the same time, it's just there. It's everywhere. You know, but then it's also, like I said, it's also very powerful. Like it's like a game changer.
It is.
It's like exactly. It's like a game changer. So I want to know why is sex so powerful? Why do people not like to talk about sex? They don't like to talk about sex. And then why is it so coveted? Why is it like, you know, in some quarters like it's abomination or whatever? And then what's all the secrecy about? What's all the mystery about, you know? Why? What's the mystery about?
You see, everything will lead us to religion.
Hey.
Really?
Going back to
really, because if you ask me, like, first off, sex is a serious business, right? I like to call it sacred exchange of energy.
Now they call them that. Is it not Naira exchange of energy?
Yes, it is actually.
Oh, yeah,
Naira sacred. Naira did there somewhere. I agree. But you see, it is important. That's how we all came. Just think about it like that. So you will understand the importance. But they try to demonize it. They say, oh, Mary had an immaculate conception, so sex is bad. we all came through sin because of sin. That's not a right way to think about it. If you ask me, wait till I know, but if you ask me, right? So when they say you are born into sin, it demonizes the act.
Wait.
see.
I just thought about it now. Because they say, okay, true. They say you came into this world as sinners. Why is that?
Where is the
Are you
baggage
saying
from?
exactly? Are you saying that it's because Mary had immaculate conception
That's why Jesus is pure
Hmm?
and without sin. Yeah.
But you say, Mary, was she not pure and with she didn't?
She was a virgin now.
Yeah,
Yes,
and she didn't sleep with a man. She slept with God.
You see how funny it sounds? That's actually what he says. No be man, the Spirit of God came upon her. I mean,
Okay, so
doesn't it sound ridiculous?
yeah, so if that's exactly what happened, why is it being said that we are born into sin? Because so where is the sin?
Coming from.
Where is sin coming from? Except if you are saying that we inherited the sin of Adam and Eve.
I think that's the narrative.
Okay.
I think that's the narrative.
So you were saying something. Sorry, I got you.
What was I going to say?
You said we should go back, that it all boils back down to religion.
Yes, because religion has demonized it. Right? Say sex is bad. I mean, but sex is wonderful. You see, like sometimes I just ask myself, is it coincidence when you're about to hit orgasm and you holler, "Oh my God!" Like,
Have you like
what
want
if
to
that's
die?
where God lies? Like,
Oh wow!
and God, and listen. Calm down.
Listen.
And God, now make you. Does that make any sense?
Hmm?
Like when you're having sex,
Mhm.
like when you're about to climax, you go holla, "Oh my God."
Mhm.
It feels like that's where God lies because from that you come. And now God, they make you. You see the connection? So like, this one, now you close your eye, right? Now you close your eye.
Hey, I've heard of something before. I've heard some people say, I've heard some, I don't know if it's pastors or, I'm sure I heard this saying that, that your energy is highest when you are coming, like, so when you are coming, that you are supposed to be praying, that whatever you say at that point that you are coming, that it will come to pass.
For real?
I'm not sure say the pastor understand when they talk that thing. Because I agree with that.
Oh wow.
100%.
It's serious. That thing is serious business, bros. Like it is. So like I can reason with that line of thought, because it makes a whole lot of sense. And when you're having sex with ulterior motive, say you dey damage your body and spirit. Yes.
What do you mean by ulterior motive?
Like when, I'm sleeping with this person not because I love the person genuinely. There is a catch.
Just because I want to have
I want using head or yari yari yari. You're doing a disservice to your being. That's why, like, you sleep with some people, things are not working.
Yeah.
It's serious like that.
spiritual.
Yeah, it's spiritual. It's sacred exchange of energy.
Yeah, people, sex workers.
Well, that's why they are mostly anyhow. Sex worker one-on-one, they are scattered spiritually or they are doing something to protect themselves.
Right.
Exactly.
They know they carry and play.
Because I know, I've heard of sex workers who turned out well eventually.
Yes, no.
So how does that happen?
Now
They now get married to very,
The
very
best
good
of the
men,
best of- I mean,
and they are treated like eggs, special, and then they have a good family and all that.
There are a lot of
And you
things
that you've been
involved.
keeping yourself.
Like when we analyze people's lives from a distance, we do not see or we neglect some variables. Inside that home where they feel say now she don't marry, if you are living with them, you
Understand.
if you see one or two. See, a lot of people are just pretending, packaging.
True. Yeah.
Husband and wife na cat and dog. When they come out, they wear matching clothes and smile.
They dance.
When they go back, my boy.
They don't wear their gloves.
Do you understand? So everything has to do with our perception of these things. And how we dey perceive everything now, how our conqueror can tell us say it be.
Yeah, but really, we were having sex before Conqueror now,
Great
abi?
sex,
Yeah,
like
yeah. So why
meaningful sex.
exactly? So
Do you
why
know,
should
like
it?
The ones that are happening now.
intentional sex? Like you have sex because oh, I want to share myself with this person. I want to. So that's why, like, when people are married for 20 years, they start to resemble. Now that's sin.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
share
I've
the
heard that
thing.
when you
I've seen.
that DNA is
seen
even
too.
this even this one is even been studied and it's this thing there are facts to back it up, studies
Yeah.
to back it up that you carry somebody's DNA that once you sleep with somebody you no
If the
okay it
person
was
is
said that
deposited
if
in you,
yes it's deposited but then it was also said that if you sleep with which especially if you are married to this person and then you sleep with the person and then you get pregnant that the person's DNA is
It's
all
already
forever
yes,
yes
no,
that the person's
yes,
DNA
no,
is
because the
forever
thing
in
now
you
don't they work like they form actually.
that is forever in you
Yeah.
so that's it's a powerful thing
So
really.
we have to
strong.
approach these things with intention and knowledge. You don't just. It's not supposed to just be a fling.
Yeah.
Na serious business. So if you want to have it to someone, I suppose agree. Okay, okay.
But
okay.
then in the situation where I'm even gonna I don't even know who started this, but I'm gonna think it's men, because I want to believe that, it got to a certain point or whatever that men felt like, oh, I can't get this person. I can't get this woman. She's beyond my reach. So I have to use something to
get her.
entice her.
Yet again, that's a Western paradigm.
How is that?
This all these things we explain now, waiting the Oyibo with their conquering everything, carry con give us.
How?
In the original African traditional settings,
Mhm.
you just made an example that they meet and he went to meet her parents directly. Do you understand? Like it is intentional. He's not joking around. He's not.
He knows what he wants.
But
So he's going
but then
straight
let's
for
be
it.
real, even at those times, there were still people who were not aligning.
Of course, everybody for the
Who were
society
not
know
aligning to that,
but the majority, I'm talking about. Of course, we are going the wrong way, but there are people right now who are still doing the right thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is negligible when you take an average. They still say the bad they outweigh the good. So it was in those times. I'm not saying there were no bad people or people with the kind of white man's thinking, but it was subdued. They tamed them consciously. Say this is this thing. Okay, we'll keep it like this. John, there was more harmony and synergy in our ancient communities than we'll ever have in this system. You see, so everything is connected. Everything is connected.
Okay.
Wow. So Precious, what do you think? What do you
What
think?
do I now want to think? Like it just
What do
feels
you
like
think?
my head is empty and my head is full at the same time.
Like all the things you
I
used
still
to
don't know how to
know
digest this whole thing. Like, I don't know if I know anything anymore.
anymore.
I'm very honest.
You do actually. You just need to you just need talks like this. That's why when you hear some things that are abstract to your ordinary belief, it hits you different. It's not new to you. You have just forgotten. Yes. So when you hear that thing, it hits you and it resonates somehow, even though your new belief they impede them, right? So if you dwell there and do some more research, you will see say actually you now start to remembering they resonate. I said it's like I always say that your DNA can be likened to a memory card. So all the information about your physical appearance now, your skin color, the shape of your nose, your eye, they inside your DNA. Right? So this memory day, like that's why I mentioned like your ancestors and everybody day inside. As you live your life now, you dey reshape the construct of the full lineage.
Yeah.
Right? So the ancestors knew these things. These things I'm saying is not new to us. We don't just forget. Right? So when you start hearing these things, it reminds you, you start to awaken. That's the awakening. Say you get knowledge and it's awakening. You get why? It's not alien to you. You just forgot. The European system is meant to dumb you down, cut you off from the source.
Those people are
They are still scattering our life. There's this new conservative party woman, Kemi something. I don't know. You should have seen her.
Yeah, I think
That
I've.
said some nations are trying to blackmail the UK for reparations and slavery, and the idea is that black people have been asking for reparations for slavery, right? They say it's out of place, why not? But guess what? The Jews are getting reparations still today for what Hitler did to them.
Yeah, that's true.
And Hitler only killed 6 million of them. In between Africa and the Americas, along the waters for 400 years, 100 million people died. I need to talk about people for the continent too, or the people for the slave plantations in the Middle Passage. So when we talk about reparations, now our sister who can't talk say is out of place. We're trying to
Abi,
blackmail.
exactly.
She said, say you have to give Britain some credit. They abolished slavery. No,
Can you
no, they
imagine?
didn't.
Can you imagine?
They were forced to because they saw that the uprising
Exactly.
was real.
Well, yes, that they
That
couldn't.
was it.
And the supposed independence was a scam. Right?
It's a scam, actually.
Yes. If you know about the Niger Committee in 1898 or so, that's when after the Berlin Conference, when Great Britain got this space, they came to that conference and the British officials had the meeting on how to run and amalgamate Nigeria. Right? So it was Royal Niger doing business here. They came to buy the place from. They gave Royal Niger 850 something thousand pounds in the 1800s, I mean 1900. Imagine the kind of money.
Imagine.
It's not about democracy. They do not love you. So they now saw that the North really had nothing, but they had sheeps, people they can control.
Yes.
Then the South gets wealth and stubborn people. Then come join them together. There's this speech, I've forgotten what's that guy's name? I keep forgetting his people's name. He said, "Let the union between the North and the fruitful South be." I'll pull it up and send it. So, do you understand? So you can see it and see how
They see us finish.
exactly. So when like white people see black people carrying the religion on their head, most of them will shake their head.
Honestly.
Because they know they don't joke with ancestral knowledge. They pass down the knowledge from. They don't play with it. So if you meet
Are
a
they
white
not
man,
even practicing our Ifa and all those things now?
They-
If it is
yes.
bad, why are they? Why are they?
yes,
Why?
if you
why are
meet
they
an
practicing?
average European, he will tell you to the 6th generation of in lineage.
Yeah.
You don't.
true.
I don't know
Yeah.
more than my grandparents, sadly, and it's deliberate. So the Ifa spiritual system is. There's this priestess Ewa on Instagram. I suggest everybody who's about the African spirituality should look her up because she's running an Ifa college where she'll teach you about Ifa and the other Orishas associated with it. I always say the Yoruba people still have their spirituality intact. So it's likened to what the magic in Kemet, right? So as they have the supposed gods of Egypt, as the Europeans will call it, that's how the Orishas are. So you have Ajay. Ajay represents wealth. Ajay is the child of Olokun. Olokun is the bottom of the sea. Now, the bottom of the sea is where the most treasures are. It makes too much sense. Yemoja, they call her like a foreigner. Yemoja is the surface water. So, I think Yemoja, the sun and Yemoja has a relationship or something. So, it's the surface water that the sun penetrates. That kind of. So, these things are things in nature, right? That the ancients personify for understanding of the people. So Oya is not a woman, really. Oya is the feminine energy of change. That's why women have circles and all of that. So that's why Oya is feminine. So Oya now, to enact change, you need courage, right? So she married Shango. Shango represents courage. But that's not enough. You need the power of transformation. So she then married Ogun. So in the story, she married two
husbands.
But no such thing. Oya is within you, Ogun is within you, and Shango is within you. So that's how the gods of Egypt is. You have Shut, Tefnut, air, moisture. You have Jehuti. Jehuti is responsible for articulate writing and speech. These are things, just like the 12 disciples of Christ. All those names, Peter, John, all of them have like meanings, really. So if you have all those attributes, you will be Christ, like the upstanding man. It is imperative that we go back to our culture. Imperative.
Learn all of this.
And then, right.
Okay, let's go back to sex. Let's go back to sex and how it affects, I'll say our daily life today. Like I said, that why is there so much mystery? As much as there's so much mystery about it, it's also being watered down. Like, it's just like 2 for 10 pence. If before, like some time passed, you had to either reach a certain age or whatever before you even start thinking about it, talk less of having it. But now you see that even kids are having sex, 10-year-old, things have just been messed up. And then you find out that even some adults are even the ones
Encouraging.
is it not even just encouraging?
Enabling.
Not even enabling. What is that word? Because they are even the one. They are the instigators, they are the instigators. Yes, in these children, like we are having pedophiles and all now. Those are adults,
Yeah.
I
get what you mean.
Exactly. They are
preying
preying on the kids and all. So let's just talk about what sex has become now, in the society before we now even go into relationships. What the role of sex in relationships. So let's talk about that.
It has
Precious.
become a disaster, if you ask me, because it's no longer, because you look at it from that angle. It's not as it used to be. It's now something like, in fact, if you've not had sex before and you're telling people, oh, I haven't done this before, they see you as,
Are you
a
living?
cake.
sure?
Are you in this world?
So almost everybody wants to go into it. Like, I just want to have, an experience. I just want to talk about it. That's why I said it has become a disaster, and that's why you see children.
That's the worst part.
I don't even know if these children enjoy being children anymore. They just
Or they have
really want to be
childhood.
adults, They just want to practice what their parents are doing or the people around them are doing, and it just looks. I don't know. I don't even know how to, balance this whole thing up or just tag or name it. It's just the disaster that I think it's a disaster now.
I don't even know if it's the technology or the way the world has come to, apart from sex, the kids of these days, we will find 16, 17, 18-year-old, like they're under pressure. Like I'm sitting back and I'm saying like, when I was this age, I beg, what are they
I
thinking?
had this conversation with someone.
Like, what was
2 days
I
ago.
thinking? That see this person is thinking.
I was
Think,
saying
what's happening?
22-year-old lady, or I don't know if a 22-year-old is the lady. A 22-year-old
Lady,
lady
Nina.
will tell you that men has come. When I was 22, I'm not gonna lie, I had just one boyfriend. Yeah. So I don't understand how you tell now.
It's not even men has come. They will say all men.
All
What do you
men.
have?
Exactly.
What business do you have with all
All
men?
men.
At 22.
How do you know? How many have you been with for you to be able to say all men?
You are saying all men. That means you've tried all of them. Okay, you started from 1 year, 2 years, 22. All men has come.
It fundamentally goes back to the dysfunctionality of the homes. Because back then, growing up, whatever well, there's the social media, but there's the good side and bad side,
Yes.
right? But back then, everything, the home is the most basic unit of human existence, right? So once that is flawed, we have so many dysfunctional homes. You have separated parents. They will now be dragging the children. The mother will say, your father is this, father.
Exactly.
All that
And they are
messes
seeing all
up the
that.
psyche of the child, right? Some people will be living in one room and have 8 children.
And you're having
So
sex in that
the first child saw how the second, third, fourth, fifth child
was
came.
made. Exactly.
Wow.
Wow.
So all
And
these
the first child
things.
wants to try.
Exactly, and he's seen his parents doing it, so it's not Dracula something.
Yeah.
It is
Exactly.
Right,
And that's
so-
why I always say that when you catch, and that's why I have the problem with those people that film, maybe, because there was one time, was it last year or 2 years ago, that it was rampant. You see videos of children doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, and I'm like, who is even doing this video in the first place? It's an adult that is doing this video. And when you see two kids doing something that they shouldn't be doing, whether they are touching each other, or the first thing is, because as Africans or Nigerians, the first thing is, hey, when you see that, go, that's not the way to go.
You need to talk to them.
You need to talk to them because they found it from somewhere. Because that's how children are. They want to practice what they see.
Yeah.
So the first thing you are going to ask is, where did you see that? And they will tell you, because they are children, they don't lie now.
Yes,
They will tell you,
they will tell you.
yes, they will tell you, I saw Uncle Kiniko do this, or I saw this person do it, or I saw that person. And that's why they are curious. They want to do it. So the first thing is not to like, hey, because when you now start that way, by beating them, or, you have put, I don't know how to explain, you have put something in them, like they like, okay, why? Why am I being, because they don't even know in the first place that it's wrong.
Yes.
Okay, so why am I being punished for this? What is it?
Plus they will be more secretive next time.
Exactly.
Yes, they will tell you.
What is it about this thing that they are now beating me? So they are going to be more secretive and all that, And then you mentioned people who are living in one room and then they have tension or whatever. So you'll be doing these things in their presence. And people will be,
And you
some
think they are sleeping.
exactly. Some people have the
Okay.
opinion that they are children, they don't know anything.
They are humans,
Yes.
Exactly. And
You
it's
know,
not
like,
even,
if-
it's not even
if-
the children
if-
of these days.
if,
Technology, I don't know.
Ah.
Maybe it's the food we are eating.
Is it the food?
Because the children these days they are wiser than how we were, like
I
things that we
think it's
didn't
the
even.
exposure to knowledge.
Yes, it is.
When that time to know to study half of the things I take pleasure in studying, you have to travel to Rome and Geneva.
Yes.
But now
Yeah.
you
Now
can-
you can just do that in how many minutes?
Yeah, just type.
if you pay for some materials,
Yeah.
but you go get them.
Mhm.
True.
You understand? So that, and there's pornography everywhere.
Everywhere
Like,
in your face.
Growing up, I used to want to, I was so excited about pornography.
Pornography.
Like,
Yeah.
what's really going on? Like how and most African parents shy away from these things.
They don't even talk about
You know,
these
and
things at home. Yeah, they
these
don't.
are the things we need to be able to be comfortable and talk to. I mean, sometimes it's hard for me to talk to my maybe younger sister. Now we're grown, so but before, I'm thinking in my head, where do I start from? It's not just my parents. I feel it too. So I tell myself that I don't want to be like this with my children. So that's why to me, the woman I end up with is very important. So if you help me,
Talk to the
work
children,
because
yes.
it's important that you tell. Once the girl don't start to see her period, tell her, man.
Yes, so there's
Even
no idea.
before-
It's
Even
not the one. It's
before,
not the one that
exactly.
even before. So she
Yeah.
already
Exactly.
Have
knows.
these conversations with
Yeah, she
Exactly.
already knows what
Exactly.
to expect.
Exactly.
I'm not the one
So
that in
tell
our
them.
own time that they say if a boy touch you like that,
That
you're
is
pregnant. I
right.
say lie.
Yeah,
That's
so
not
yeah,
how. That's not how.
that's
That's not how it
misinformation.
works. Yes.
So this our black brain has been so misinformed that we do not even know ourselves anymore. Right? So we need to take these things holistically. Right? The child is 4, 6. Tell them, look, do you know these things happen? Or do you know that's how you came?
Yes.
Because when
And then
children ask,
the
"Oh,
thing is
mommy,
that
how
they even
do-"
ask questions.
Yes.
And you say, shut up, don't answer that thing. Yeah, I will just
That's
shut
why-
them down. And it's
that's why
not good.
most
Because they will not get that
African
knowledge
children-
outside.
That's why most African children are dumbed down, because between
Yeah.
the ages of 1, 3, and 6, now the formative years of
Yeah.
your life. So what you learn that time manifests,
Stays.
even when you're 35.
Yes.
So it sticks. That's why most children, they just mope. Then they install the program. Right? So when you're not there, they start to manifest what they've seen. So you should talk to them. They can
Let
hear
them
and they
know.
can speak. Even though they don't
Exactly.
speak well,
Well,
that's the best time in the human development.
And and though some people may say they don't understand it, but they will
do.
understand.
No, they do actually.
Exactly.
Now
If
you don't
think-
understand
I
them.
saw a video
Now
of
you
a
think that they don't
5-year-old.
understand.
The parents told, they were discussing in the car, the parents told the child that, oh, we're having another baby. And the first response that child made was, Mom, you and Dad have been having sex. A 5-year-old. I was.
And they
I
will
was
show like,
happy that
what's sex?
you
If
know-
it's Nigeria, can
You know-
shut up
you
there.
know Chop,
That is right.
you know Chop that day. You go read all the books.
I'm telling you.
Hey.
They go do deliverance for you, sef.
Start
all the pastors.
to pray for you, you know.
You'll say my
But
daughter
I
has
think
finished.
that's the best time to expose these children to
Yes.
things like this, so that in future your child knows that, oh no.
And if they get the
It's
right
right for
knowledge
me to
from
do
you,
this.
when they go out and
When
they
they
hear
see the
something
bad
else,
one,
they will know.
They
But if you are not
know
telling
it.
them from home, how would
They
they?
will learn from other people, and these other
There's-
people are not willing to tell them the truth.
they want to
truth.
take advantage of them.
Exactly,
they want to
take advantage of
There's
them.
this thing I learned like on the streets. I think Tupac said it in one of his songs, but I learned
Is
it on
Tupac
the
alive?
streets. No, he's dead now, of
They
course.
say it's alive.
I mean, that's story for another day. So he said, the people in the streets will show you love. Those dope dealers, those swindlers, they will show you love. Once you go and meet them as a child, they are youngling, they will give you money, they will expose you to, So now when you go home, everybody's trying to cage you.
Yeah.
Go to your room. Go
Go and
there.
sleep.
But when you go to the street, they will hold you. How far now? You don't see this
My
new
boy.
gun, or have you tried this dope? It's dope. Or can you? So then you will now make a bond.
Yeah, you gravitate
With the
towards
wrong
the
because there's acceptance. They're
Yes,
not judging
exactly.
you for who you are. So we need to, as I'm speaking, I'm listening to myself as well, because I would like to be the parent that will be able to talk to the children. That's the only way you heal the world. We are far gone. It's for the offsprings.
Yeah.
So all these things you say about religion is not for me, it's not for you. Maybe you just have the awareness so that as a day your memory, as your picking the form, you go carry some.
Yeah.
So when you come out here, you'll be like, exactly, you'll be like, oh, this thing makes sense, or this thing makes sense. So you can't burn iron when it's already cold. Oh, don't cold. So we need to be conscious, especially this sex thing. Now, sex, now in the scatter most things.
Scatter a lot.
Yeah.
Scatter a lot.
So we need to be able to,
balance it up.
Yeah, balance it up.
I don't know how the balancing is going to be.
with all these kind of conversations,
But
getting out there.
But this
is the genesis.
Exactly, but it's the genesis.
But you have to know that people will always reject new knowledge.
Yeah.
Yes, true that.
But with time, that's how they still give you bad knowledge. When they drop on this rubbish thing, they go they hit them.
Wow.
They hit them. For as you said, water is black. Water is black, it becomes love.
Okay, now let's talk finally. Let's enter relationships. Like we have been saying, talking about love and sex, especially about love, we have been saying that, love is transactional now. So you can imagine how relationships are these days. What's your take about relationships these days? Is it even working? Is there really relationship, or is it still transactional? It's just okay. You agree, I agree. I mean, no, these are my points. These are your points. Can two work together?
Exactly.
So what's your take?
Oh, well,
How is relationships these days?
I don't know about other people's relationships.
Okay.
But mine is still working.
Okay.
And I don't know, but I think to be honest, I didn't know it was going to last to this point because sometimes I get scared. I'll feel like, okay, I'm meeting somebody from another home, I don't know the upbringing and everything. Then I don't know how long we'll stay, because I can be annoying at times, and sometimes I can just look at you and I'm just angry. What's this person doing here? But I think it's because of the way we started as friends. We're good friends and we understand each other. We know there are some things we have boundaries. We know there are some things we can't do. There are some things we can't say to each other. There are some places we don't go to. We just
like where?
There are some places we don't go to alone.
Alone, okay.
So we have to be together.
You don't have your separate phone.
Yes.
Not really. Yeah, you have to have your me time.
Except you are, yes. We have the me time.
What if my me time is me going to have fun alone?
No, you can have your me time. It's not an issue, but you communicate with your partner that I want to have my me time.
I'm going to have me time.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. So I think we understand all of those things, and it's been going well. But I don't know about other people. I don't know what their plans are or their visions are for their relationship. So maybe they just go into it because other people are going into relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a vision or a plan, or they don't have whatever they don't know where they are going at the end of the relationship. So I don't know.
Talking about boundaries, I don't even think people have. I don't even think people, like you said, people don't think about going into a relationship before getting into it. They don't think about it like, okay, I okay, I want to get into a relationship. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is my vision. This is where I want it to go. And
Yes.
I don't think people think about that. It's just a like boy meets girl.
Yes. Let's see how it
Boy
goes.
sleep with girl.
Boy sleep with girl, and we go from there.
And
Yes.
then continue sleeping.
I think of it. Do men still ask women out these days?
Yes, they do. But
They do like, hey, like the way they used to
like-
do it. Like, okay, how do they even do it? How do they that toasting that they say they toast? Do they see toast?
Fine girl, what's your name?
No, not that one. That one is rubbish.
That's-
That doesn't work.
These days, is it that okay? They will just follow you on the road. I like you, and then you start talking, and then you start talking, and then one thing
They
lead
just
to
say
another,
something to
and
get your
then
attention.
do they exactly? Do they really like? Oh, I want a relationship with you. Would you like to be my girlfriend? I think you are goals align. Blah blah
The
blah.
thing is, if you meet a girl and you say that okay, if you meet me and you say that immediately to me, I don't see you as a serious person. I'm sorry.
No, I won't. Yeah, it won't be
Yeah,
like
so-
that's
I mean,
true.
say what? Like, oh,
Like,
will you
I-
be in a relationship with
I
me?
like you. You just met me, and the next thing you're saying is, "Oh, I want to have a relationship. No, not a relationship. I want to marry you. I like you. I want to marry you." If you start it that way, I
That's
just feel like
That's
I
what
don't-
most women, some girls
why
want to
desperate
hear.
to you.
Why now?
It
Why will you
doesn't
be
sound
meeting
right.
someone for the first time and say you want to marry?
the
You
next
don't
thing
even
you
know
You don't
how I
even know
am.
the person.
Exactly. You don't even know if I'm a
Next,
ghost.
it is annoying to
Like-
when you say that. I get pissed off, and I'm like,
Like
It
it
sounds
just
why are you
unrealistic, yeah?
desperate?
Yeah.
Did I tell you I'm
it
looking
sounds
for
unrealistic, and then
my
it shows
forehead?
that you don't know what you want.
Want.
Because you
Exactly.
have to, if you know what you want, then you have to
Maybe the person
know.
knows, but he's trying to trick you.
Why would you even
Trick
want to
her.
do that? And that's why
Because
I think people
you
end
know,
up in
like,
crazy relationships.
That person, you see, most of the time, men that come with that kind of narrative, they just want to sleep with you.
Exactly.
Go.
Some women.
And I don't know why they can't say, I like you. I like to sleep with you.
They go slap you. Who
It's
you
a
want
lie.
to-
No.
It's a lie.
No.
It's a
I
lie.
don't know you even tell me
It's a
that.
lie.
Well,
And if I find
different
you
stripes for
attractive,
different folks.
exactly, I find you attractive, and I think there's a connection, blah blah blah. Would you like? And then you already even
Once
know
you
that
just
this
say I want to
person.
sleep with you like this, just they ready your invoice. Abina, she will give you invoice because I mean that's what it really is. Because so okay, how does it sound when somebody just comes and walk up to you and say, "Oh, you're so attractive, I want to sleep with you."
No, you may not say it like that.
How I want to talk am again?
No.
I should dress it.
No, like you will not like it's something with you can't just meet me on the road as I'm going that
And the next thing I want to
sleep with you because
So how I
You
go
know that
talk
they
am?
ghost or
the
whatever.
funniest thing is like at the back of my memory, I think I've even heard something like that. Because you men can be very funny. It might not be like I want to sleep with you like that, but then something along that line.
Subtly.
Men do that now. Men do that. They'll just say, fine
See,
girl.
fine boy.
But
like
we just agreed
disgusting
here that
things.
it's better than saying I will marry you.
No, but there's a way
Not
you
that
should
type.
say
Not that
it.
type.
Hey,
Not
God.
not
It's-
that
see,
type
this
now.
is the thing about
Like you said,
this is the
dress
thing
it.
about trying to know what women want. They know they sabi am.
No.
Once you say it's like this, say let's go here. Say no, you have to do it this way. You can. Which
Tell
one
somebody
we
to jump into the river and drown, and the person will gladly do it.
Exactly. You can't even meet me on the road like that and tell me that you want to sleep with me.
What did they try tell me?
You want to
Say,
use me for ritual.
make I can't revise you. That's what it is. Because I need to come and tell you things you want to hear to get what I want. That's exactly what.
See, okay. Let's say boy meets girl.
Yeah.
We probably meet at the party and then we are jiving and then we are connecting very
Don't tell
well.
I hear that jiving. You don't.
And we are connecting very well. You will know.
Yeah.
And we know. We will both know if there's something there. Like, okay, I like this person. This person likes me. You will know.
Yeah.
So from that feeler, as it's going, you will just know that okay, something's gonna happen. That okay, it might just be that, and that is it. And then we know that okay, that is it. But it's not that as you are jiving, you now say, man, you are the kind of person I would take to my mom. Like, there's really no need, because we can both already feel the sexual tension,
Yeah.
Yes.
and we know that, okay, this is what's going to go down. This is
Yes.
what we both want. So there's no need to now be putting her along another
You know, say
line
like
and sugarcoating it.
majority of the people they in denial. Like
True that.
majority of the people. So like I'm mostly blunt, but people do not like me for that.
People don't
Especially
like
women.
People really don't,
Me,
because
I don't like today, especially when it go give me headache. I don't like all this.
corner
life
and
is
all
hard
that,
already.
yeah.
You go straight to the point.
It's
Yes.
better that way.
And so when you see a lady you like and you want to just have fun with her, you want to sleep with her, you want to have sex with her, you tell her, hello, I want to have sex with you.
No, it's even
Is that how you say it?
no, that's not how I mostly don't say anything at all. You know, like,
Exactly, because you already feel the chemistry. If there's no chemistry, you will know.
most times,
will know.
most times the chemistry, they really did. That's why there is the chase, I think, because like normally now that thing you said about chiking when you're trying to woo a woman, to me, most times it feels like you are trying to convince her to be with you. When things are mutual, is mutual. It just
Yes.
happens. There's no
Yeah.
You don't try to force
But
conversation.
yes,
It
but
just
most of the
flows.
time now, that's why there's pick-up line.
Yeah.
You guys practice. I don't like all those kind of things. It puts me in a certain position, and I don't like that position because, like,
Why do you have to go through all of that?
exactly. And now you are at a disadvantage because you do whatever she wants to make her be that she wants. I don't like that kind of dynamics, right? And I like women who like a man and tell him, "Oh, I like
I
you."
like
They are
Exactly.
they are assholes who carry you and play.
Mhm.
I know that, but that's like the highest level of maturity for me.
Yeah.
And me, I go respect you, Scatter, because it takes a lot for you. And vice versa, it takes a lot for me to see a girl. I they hardly do them. When I was growing up, I thought it was because I was shy. And growing up, I realized it's even the wrong thing to do. So you go, just see girl waka for road, you go there, excuse me, hello, this and that.
They follow her, disturbing her, can I have your
No be
number?
me and you.
Ah,
You understand?
It's
That thing
annoying.
is
It's
even very
annoying.
rude. I don't even feel do am to
Exactly.
call
Very, very.
not just woman, like to call somebody.
I
If
don't
they do
even
me
do it
one
to
kind
my
from
dog.
out.
I know people do it mostly
Do you
to dogs,
understand?
like,
Do
why
you
I don't
understand?
do it to my dog.
So the dynamics of the relationship, they one kind because women mostly set the pace based on say, okay, he's chasing me. If he wants to get me, do this. So once you do that, that's the structure of the relationship. You go find out say he did
but
like
don't
say,
you think it's men that cause that thing, that enable
no,
that?
now you know
Yes, now,
women
because there are
like
some men
no.
when they see a woman,
look
they
at it like
already
this.
feel like,
Look at it like this. Look at it like this. Most men have the notion that women want good things, and this is a fact.
everybody wants good things.
I'm talking specifically. Men want
Women.
good things, but they get it for themselves. Women want good things, but they wait for a
They
man to
want-
bring it to them.
Not all of
Excuse
us,
me.
sha.
Yes,
80%.
some of us want like good things,
80%.
and we get it for
80%
ourselves.
na A. So the remaining 30% in this case is negligible. Let's take that out of the way first. We're speaking on a general term.
Okay.
You understand? So women want to buy you. I like to drive Range Rover. They wait for man to come buy that Range Rover. But if a man wants a Range Rover, if
buy
he
it for
kill
himself.
another man, right?
Get in Range Rover.
So the dynamics of the relationship, they one kind. They like saying, it's not not really balanced because you know that okay. So you know that saying that there's this that girl VDM called out to bring out money and she said, if you leave 2 million for fine girl.
Yeah.
I'm not even just pointing about the statement. It's the thought paradigm where that thing is coming from. You understand? I be fine girl. There's this girl I carried. I was going to drop her. A friend came. Okay, you have give him money. Do you have change? I don't have change. She now told her friend, be fine girl. And I suppose if you see my face. Because I know they go
If
tell
you
my
find it,
landlord
it's supposed to be
Fine boy now. I suppose not
Do you
parents.
understand? So this is the dynamics in the relationship. It is not really. Most women cry for breakups because the perks are no longer there.
Yeah.
Not be saying that the person per se, but the perks that come with it. So when she see a richer man, she go dey happy say, oh, but thank God, oh, the style on that other guy say, Do you understand? So this is that you hardly see where it's not really about these things. It's hard to see relationships where I know they talk say no day, but where the girl is there when there's nothing. It's so hard to see.
I do.
I know they talk say no day, right?
It's hard.
But it is hard to see. If she did there with them, she gets provider somewhere.
True
She
that.
feel they share with themselves based
Exactly.
on love.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you understand? But I mean, this is how it is, really. This is how it is. So when you say, oh, he's asking me out, the guy is really just spending and doing everything to prove that he's able to take care of you and
Of you.
your family.
Your family, Sheje. Why
Yes,
what
so-
concern family?
yes, so-
Well, there are ladies that.
Yeah, so once
the whole family
you
responsibility
dey friend
the
her
man.
like this, her younger brother no
Yes.
get work.
Now you.
Her mother is sick, my
Now
darling.
you. Everything.
Her father is. Do you understand? So this is the dynamics. And
Women.
most men now no one marry. They don't even want friend nobody. Do you know why? Because they know that they can carry their 100K and give one girl.
Yeah.
Afterwards, the girl don't go. No drama, no bag,
No
no
issues.
hair, no my mother, no peace. Everybody's happy.
No, but are you
But
really
that-
happy that way?
No,
Because
of course you are not happy.
Exactly.
Of course, the void is there. You can't-
exactly that void.
But it better make void day than for rubbish to dey the place. Do you get? At least if there's void, something can eventually come and fill. But when there's rubbish, you first pack out first. By the time when they pack out, the thing we're supposed to if you don't move ahead. So
Wow.
we have to understand, and if they take us back to religion and the ancients, we have to restore the woman.
Hey.
We have to restore the woman to her rightful place. See, once the woman is done, see, now the woman they build the nation. I cannot overflog this thing. Once the woman they build the home and it reflects in the society at large. Once your woman is happy, you have a home. But once she's
Yeah,
in trouble,
true.
now house, ordinary block and cotton, now you dey. Do you understand? So if we don't look at these things like that, they come, okay, women have like 8 options when they want to marry. You understand? Oh, this one I genuinely love, but he no get money. How one they do? This one I don't really like a short man, but he has money. Like men do not have all of that. Once you don't get money, you don't get spec. Who born you? Do you understand? So you will now chill
Well,
with
I
the
don't
girls
want, I don't
who
want to
want
believe
to.
that too, because I know that even men who don't have money, they are what's the word? They are still doing shino, so to
What,
say.
like cheating.
Oh wow!
Like sleeping with
Yes,
different-
yes.
Well, yeah, that one-
philandering,
That
you know.
one,
And
I cannot say that's not true.
exactly, because and these people
But
are not
that woman where
seen
that
to
woman
have
where they
money.
bring her money where you go, she never ready for you. Voila. If she's ready for you, you even have strength to be to be talking. Do you understand? Like if a woman is the provider, the dynamics is different. It is very different. Any small thing, everybody don't vex. You cannot you smile, you cannot. Do you understand? I have this friend that year. I'll go to her house. Her father used to have money, you know? But then something happened, can't get money, mom, she get bar, like she's comfortable. If now the man get her income, everything will be all right. So she'll pay bills, she'll do this, she will not be, sometimes now she will not start complaining. Even when,
Because that's not the natural order.
who told you, who gave you the definition of natural? Please.
I beg, even as God do am
Do
in
you
the
understand?
Bible, as God do am, He
Bible
created
again.
Adam.
Bible
He
again.
created Adam and put Adam in charge.
Who even told you
Maybe the
Adam came
provider.
first?
I don't know.
okay.
He now said
Yes,
when he was
because
lonely, that's why he
see,
brought Eve.
She did not come out from nobody's rib.
Ah.
We came out from her vagina. All of us. Every one of us.
Hey, it's after she came out of rib that she now said.
vagina now.
Exactly. It's after
I'm trying to say
there was
the
no Adam.
feminine energy was there first. I don't know about the Adam and Eve story. I'm just trying to explain to you that the feminine energy was there first. In the beginning, right, there was water, there was darkness, and there was void. That's the feminine energy. I'm sure you know.
Ah.
Water na woman. That's why it's mommy water. Water na woman.
Darkness
That na
na
what?
woman.
Darkness and void. Your
Na
womb.
woman.
Your womb is like that. Your womb is void. Your womb is dark, and there's water. That's why they'll say her water broke.
Hey.
Yes. So now that's
Like See the way I
See,
don't-
See how
see.
you do belle.
Listen, now that environment go enable the Spirit of God to hover. Do you get the point? There's the environment and there's the Spirit of God hovering. There are two energies there. There are two energies there. Right? So we guys understand these things. If we do not understand these things, every other thing no go align. Trust me. In 500 years, this thing I'm saying will be relevant.
Hey, 500 years.
Yes, sir.
Where will we be? Where will this video
The
be?
ancestors. You can be ancestors. Now. If you
We
don't
go
even
be
come back
ancestors.
4 or 5 times.
Abio, we go reincarnate. That's another interesting one. A topic for
So we
another
have
day.
to restore the woman to her pride. I always reference us to the ancient text. If they want to depict woman, they will draw chair. Because she is the throne. She will come find befitting upright man to sit on the throne. You cannot do this thing without her. Jesus needed a Mary. Now so he be. And he had plenty Marys, not just his mother.
Yeah.
Mary Magdalene,
Yes,
all the
Mary.
and they represent different women in reality. The prostitute, the mother, the friend, the sister, you know? Mind you, I want to drop something here that Mary was part of the 12 disciples. That's take-home assignment.
Okay.
But she was number 13.
She was number 12.
Okay, what happened to
They were
Judas?
12, all of them. No worry,
And they were
just
12 without the woman
with
now.
the woman.
But when I count it,
Look the Last Supper. And all of them were there.
there was no woman at
It
the
was
last supper.
three. The woman was the one beside Christ now.
Was she?
You know, get update.
I don't get
even
update.
even in the movie, you know, I still saw her. I was even asking.
She was there.
The first time I noticed, because you know we've been seeing the movie
Yeah,
now since.
yeah.
But I noticed it and I was like, all this while, this babe has
She
been
did.
there.
You know,
What did he
do you know
avoid?
how he met her? He met her when
At the
she
well. Is
committed.
it the one at the well?
no.
The
Oh,
well,
the one they
the well on a
accused of.
Samaritan woman.
Samaritan woman.
They met. They brought her. He was in the church trying to teach them. They now brought her that. Oh, master, this girl has. They did not bring the man. Women not supposed to
Exactly.
do religion. It's not for you. It is
It is for the
anti
men.
you. Yes. They did not bring the man, no. It takes two to tango. They
Exactly.
brought only her.
It's still
And the
happening
law
now.
of the land that to stone her to death. The most righteous guy wrote on the floor, he was without sin to cast the first stone. All of them disappeared. She followed him from that day. When he died, now she first see him when he died.
Yes.
The account of St. Thomas, when we did the Bible, you can look it up, it's in the Vatican archives and that's Ethiopian Bible. He said they had a thing. So they asked him, why do you love her so?
I don't know what it is.
Let's leave that for another day. No be me talk amo. If you look up it's supposed to be in the New Testament. The Gospel of St. Thomas. You know, they just look it up. Anything I say at all, don't take me for my word.
They say Jesus had a thing.
Yes. They asked him, why do you like her more than us? Because she was always there. Now a right-hand person be that. Steady.
That does not mean they had a thing now.
Go to I am the day. And he was flesh, no forget. He felt everything flesh. He was hungry, he was horny, he cried.
They did say it was honey.
They're not going to tell you saying they honey, but he felt everything flesh. You cannot take that away from flesh. That's the most fleshy thing you can do.
At this point, I'm not confused because right now I'm mesmerized myself. And if I say we should go on, oh my, I don't know where we are going to live here. But I hope that you've been able to
pick one or two.
Pick one or two that you be like what did they say? The Berean Christians. You go and look it up.
Like finish. That's all
check.
I ask.
Exactly.
Don't take me for my word. That's all I ask.
Exactly. Don't take it for his word. Go and look it up. All these things that we have said today, you to go and do your own findings so that you can know as well. Don't just accept everything that's been said or everything that you've heard. It's time for us to change our mindset.
Exactly.
It's time. Yes, it's time.
They say if you want to hide
Enough
something
of
from a black man,
dogma.
put it in a book.
Exactly.
You need to
So
break
let's
that.
change that paradigm. Let's go and read. So I know that this video has been a lot today.
The things.
Yeah. So please don't forget to like and click that subscribe button that you are looking at now. Click it because I'm still bringing this man back so that you get notification.
And they should drop comments
Well,
and
I mean,
questions.
yeah, so I want to see those your
your
comments,
questions too.
please, and questions if you have any, put in the comment section. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles at the Eagle Online. And that will be all for today. Bye.
Hotep.
What do you call them?